when we had our first VAT inspection, because before they had HMRC, there was Inland Revenue and there was Customs and Excise, and it was Customs and Excise who did the VAT thing. And I got a phone call from this guy who said, I want to come and inspect. I said, well, come now if you like, we've got all the paperwork and everything. And I'll come at such a time. So he turned up and he seemed very severe at the time, and prove who you are, and I want to see every room in the building, and why is that cupboard locked, and open it, I want to see blah blah blah. And they have these enormous powers, of course. And then he said, I might be here a day, I might be here a week, I might bring other people in if I don't like what's going on, and what, bloody hell. Yeah. Anyway, he said, trading profile, Monday pretty quiet. I said, well, it's fairly busy because of the music. He said, Tuesday, I said, well, it's steady. He said, Wednesday, of course, the quietest day of the week. That's the landlord's traditional day off, you go golfing and things, don't you? I said, well, funnily enough, not here, it's our busiest day of the week. We have a bouncing music session. It's actually busier than Friday and Saturday. And he said, and Thursday, and we said Friday, went through the thing, and then Barbara had laid all the paperwork out, so he went upstairs, and anyway, he's down in about 20 minutes, and he said, I've got an invoice here for a football trophy. I said, yeah, we've got a little football team, and we give them. He said, well, where is it? I said, it's on somebody's mantelpiece. I don't know. He said, oh, it's not on the premises. You can't claim the VAT back on that. No. So I'm going to charge you. It was a bit of plastic. He said, there'd be 18p or something. I said, well, I'll give you that. She will not. This would raise an invoice, but anyway. He said, anyway, I think that's it. That's my inspection. He said, do you keep the books? I said, no, I'm an idiot. I said, Barbara, my wife, he said, they're the best kept set of pub accounts I've ever seen. They're really, really good. And I said, is that it? And he said, yes, finished now, that's it. I said, all right. I said, would you like a drink? He said, we don't drink on duty, but I'm not on duty anymore, I'm finished. I'll have a half of Guinness, I hear it's excellent. I said, who told you that? He said, my wife, she comes to the music on a Wednesday. I thought, right, the whole thing was about that one question, the killer question. Is this guy a liar, is he? Is he not, And if I'd have said, oh no, rubbish, Wednesday, right, get ready, It's, anyway, it's just funny talking about the Wednesday music, that's how good it was. It was attracted everybody, yeah.
Again, like you said, you couldn't come into the pub at 9 o'clock and get a seat. You've got to be in by 2:15 at the latest. And I remember sitting on the
On there, yeah,
because you couldn't actually fit into the room.